What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with a quick presentation. Let's get into this quick little news story. Not going to take too much of your time. Um, 18-year-old in toxic relationship with 34-year-old found dead after catching him with another woman. Story says this is the story of a bright and ambitious 18-year-old whose life was tragically cut short. As a devoted mother, she had dreams for herself and her young son. But behind closed doors, she was entangled in a toxic relationship with a man 15 years her senior, Brian Jackson. What started as love spiraled into a storm of manipulation, control, and heartbreak. On the night of January 29th, 2025, emotions ran high as she broke into Brian's home, armed and desperate. The police arrived, but they the police arrived, but before they could intervene, a single shot shattered the night. Was was this a tragic act of desperation, or had the psychological torment pushed her to the edge? Like I say, guys, another woman messing with a toxic dude. See, the more these stories that I'm doing, I'm shedding light on female nature, and I'm shedding light on the deceitful nature that women hide behind. See, women will always try to portray themselves to be good people. They'll always try to portray themselves to be these good, wholesome people. In my personal opinion, this is my opinion about this story. A man who's 30 something years old should not mess with a teenager. I know 18, I know 19 is legal, but let's be honest. 18, 19 years old, you're not thinking like an adult at those ages. I'll even go a step further. Even at 21, 22, 23, even in your early 20s, you're not thinking like an adult. You're still a kid at those ages. Even in your early 20s, you know, you still have the mind of a child. You're not really thinking like a full-fledged adult yet. Um, a woman, a man who's 30 some years old don't need to mess with a teenager. I know 18, 19 is legal in the eyes of the law. I understand. But a man that's in his 30s need to get with a woman, with a grown woman. I'm 35 going on 36. I would want to be with a woman that's at least 40. I don't, I feel like, in all honesty, I wouldn't even want to be with a young woman because young women think a certain way. I feel like women are more humble when they've hit the wall, and their years are gone. So, in all honesty, at my age, 35 going on 36, I'd rather be with a woman who's 40 or 50 because I feel like once a woman is worn out and once her years are gone and her body ain't tight no more, she's broken down mentally and she's more humble. You know, that's one of the reasons to why I don't want no young woman. See, you got a lot of older men, they like young women. I'm not like most older men. Most guys who 30 something, 40 something, they don't want a woman that's in their age range. They want somebody who's a little bit younger than them. I want a woman that's 40 because I know that their years are gone, and most of those women they tend to be more humble. But this is another sad story. Uh, Women constantly choosing dudes that they know are toxic. I mean, this woman in the news story, she was even preparing stuffed salmon for this demon. I would love for a woman to prepare some stuffed salmon for me. That's an elegant meal, very good meal. But women are always giving the best years of their life to the worst type of men. And stories like this just go to show you that women will always be loyal to a dude that is not right for them. Isn't it funny how the dude that's not right for them, that is the dude that they always attracted to? But the dude who is right for them, that's the dude they not attracted to. The dude who is right for them, the dude who would be faithful to them, the dude who would not give them a disease, the dude who would not bust them in the face and knock them out like Stone Cold Steve Austin, the dude who would not cheat on them, the dude who would just treat them like a princess, that's the dude, oh, I don't find him attractive. But the very dude that slap them around and treat them like garbage, that's the very dude that they're attracted to. The messed up psychology of women. You know, I do believe this guy had this woman under mind control. But see, when 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 a man is attractive to a woman and he banging the hell out of her, that's complete mind control right there. He had this woman under manipulation, guaranteed. It's sad that she lost her life fooling with this dude, but these women, they always losing their life, they always losing their life, fooling around with a knucklehead, you know? And haven't you noticed this too? A lot of the guys that women are attracted to, a lot of times these dudes don't have a career. They're not in the best financial position. A lot of these dudes don't have nothing, but they're attracted to them. The psychology of women is completely screwed. The psychology of women is completely screwed. The man that would treat you right, that would not cheat on you, that would not give you a disease, that would not beat you up, that would not cuss you out, oh, I don't find him attractive. But the dude that slap you around and treat you like trash, that's the dude you find sexy. I swear the psychology of women is all messed up. It's all messed up. And stories like this, guys, prove that there are no good women out there. Stories like this prove that there are no good women out there. I'm about to be 36 years old and I've never met a good woman in my life. I'm doggone near 40 years old and I've never met a good woman. I'm living proof that good women don't exist. A guy like myself, I'm living proof that good women do not exist. They don't exist. And that's why I never found a good woman, because they don't exist. Because if good women existed, I'll be 36 next Saturday. And I have yet to find a good woman yet, because it ain't none. And this young lady, 18 years old, messing with a 30-some-year-old man, she shouldn't even been messing with a 30-some-year-old man. You know? I mean, I understand 18 is legal, but if you're a 30-some-year-old man, you need to get with a grown woman. You know? At 18, 19, that's a child. They may be legal in the eyes of the law, but they still think like children at those ages. But rest in peace to this young lady. Another sad case of events. Women will never learn. You know, women will never learn, unfortunately. And stories like this just prove that women will never learn. Always choosing knuckleheads. Sad. But, you know, women are all about looks, guys. They're all about looks and money. I just want to get rich so I can just trick off on women. You know, I just trick off on them. You know, some men, they would just have to trick off on a woman for a woman to take them serious anyway, unfortunately. You know, but rest in peace to this young lady. You know, another young lady lost her life fooling with a knucklehead. But my question is, where was the father? Because in all of these incidents, in most of these incidents that take place, you never hear about these young ladies' father. You never hear about their father. You know, you never hear about their father. And, you know, it's sad, you know, I know women are attracted to douchebags in general, but within the black community, it's just sad how sisters always choosing the lowest of the low. They always choosing the lowest of the low. And I just know that if I was a man of another ethnicity, I truly don't believe I would have caught it as bad as I caught it when it come to females, because as a brother, man, it's just sad. It's sad. If you're not from the streets, if you're not a gangster, you're not a drug dealer, you're not a murderer, you are nobody as a black man. Ain't that sad? It's really sad, guys. You know, and it's unfortunate, especially within our culture. It's sad that, you know, being a murderer, being a gangster, being a drug dealer, those are the things that are valued. But you guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think about this tragic event. Another young lady gone too soon, you know. Women just they love toxicity, and long as the man looks good, that's all they care about. But you guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think. You guys have a good night. Talk to you soon. Salute.